Hi, I'm Lori Ballen. I've been blogging since AOL said you've got mail. That's a long time. So blogging over the years has changed, and today I really want to talk about 5 things you need to know before you start blogging this year. I'm going to talk to you about how things have changed and what you need to know if you're going to use blogging to make money. If you want to make money with your blog, these are the 5 things you need to know. The first one is that blogging is not dead. It has changed dramatically, but the people who tell you blogging is dead are the people that never kept up with the changes and didn't know how to modify or weren't willing to modify to blogs today. All right, so blogging really isn't dead, but it has completely changed depending on what your strategy is. In the beginning, blogging was bulletin boards and digests and comments. It was, this is what I did today. You know, blogging was a web log. And mostly we were talking about very specific things that were happening. Over time, it evolved into thought leaders and pioneers of certain industries sharing their experience and their knowledge in a specific area. And as that began to develop, we started seeing the search engines rewarding these type of experts and specialty topics. And what we noticed is as time went on, people were beginning to use Google to answer questions like, how do I get somewhere? Where is such and such? How do I cook this recipe? How do I patch a hole in the wall? How do I fix my car? So we were seeing a lot of changes, a lot of development on the search engines with people really wanting these types of answers and tutorial style blogs. So over time, that has really grown where it comes to the written sense of a blog. Now, 2, the first one was blogging is dead. This as a perfect segue leading me into number 2 is that blogging is not just text anymore. Blogging is not just words on the page. Blogging is now Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, all kinds of social channels. Some people blog through a newsletter that they print and send or email still to this day. But it's not just text or written word. A lot of people now, their entire blog lives on Instagram. And depending on the generation, of course, a lot of the millennial and younger generation, well, I shouldn't say that because there's a lot of over 50s doing it too, have gotten into the fashion icon type of blog where they're posting their hashtag OOTD, outfit of the day, on Instagram, and then they're including links of where people can go purchase those items, and they're earning an affiliate commission. Sometimes they're sponsored and they might be doing that. So we have all types of these fashion bloggers now that in their entire format is simply posting pictures of what they're wearing, and they're calling that their blog. Okay, so we've got to get out of the mindset that blogging is just this written article. Podcasters are basically doing blogging over audio. You know, they might be interviewing somebody, or they might just be a thought leader that is talking about a specific topic. That still would be a weblog or a blog about a particular thing. So you could still call it that, okay? Another segue then leading me into number 3, blogging requires a niche. Now, this may be the most important out of all 5. If you are going to take on blogging for money. Now, let me just share a little expertise here with you. So I earn 6 figures a year, not a month. I know there's people that claim a month, but 6 figures a year in affiliate marketing alone. So what that is that is where I blog about a particular topic and I include links or information, coupon codes sometimes for people to go buy a particular item. When they buy that item, I earn a commission or a bounty, a one-time fee, something like that. Now, my specialty happens to be software. And the beautiful thing about blogging about technology and software is that most of these commissions are recurring commissions. What that means is if somebody signs up for an email marketing program, let's just say, and that marketing program happens to be $50 a month, and I'm probably getting 20% of that every month, every time they pay their bill. And that stacks up and stacks up. And when you build a tribe of people that follow you, so for example, those of you that are now watching this channel, this is a brand new channel I just started this year. I've had another YouTube channel that I've had for years. Just monetized it, just even had any interest in figuring that out. I became a YouTube partner in 2019, I'm sorry, and applied for their monetization, which is basically where they run ads on my Google, through Google AdSense, sponsored ads run on my videos. And then Google keeps a part of that, and then I get the other part of that. And I get money every month from Google through the YouTube channel. And I also do the same thing with Google on my written blogs as well. So my YouTube channel is also what I would consider a blog. I am, like today, I'm just talking to you. I'm talking to you about 5 tips, 5 things you need to know before you start blogging this year. And this is the same thing that I actually have in a written form as well. So you have the written blog, you have the YouTube blog. Now, all throughout my channel, both that, the reason I split off into this new one, that's where I was going with that. The original channel, I decided was getting too, it was getting too diluted with other things. And that channel started as a channel teaching real estate agents how to generate leads online, because I also have a real estate business. And I realized as I started growing into other niches, the channel was getting a bit diluted. So what I did is I actually broke off my original channel into multiple channels, which I'll talk about on another video. Very good strategy so far. So I'm just now qualifying, probably by the end of this week, for my second monetized channel. And that's another software related channel. And then I'm working on this one, which is the blogging channel. And then I also have a keto for weight loss channel, and I have an affiliate marketing channel, and I have a lifestyle channel. Now, each one of those, if you heard what I just did, those are all niches. When you try to be all things to everybody, a jack of all trades, a special to nobody, it's just too competitive. This is true with a written word. This is true on Pinterest. This is true on YouTube. This is true on podcasts. This is true on Instagram, TikTok, social media, Facebook, search engines, all true. Super, super competitive. It's not the same as it was 10 years ago when we could just write something and it would rank on the search engines. Now there's just so many of us. There's so much noise that you really, really have to have a specialty topic. So my original blog on loriballen.com and the coordinating YouTube channel is about lead generation strategies for real estate agents, very specific niche. Now, I have another one that's a website that I started in 2020 and a coordinating YouTube channel that is now going to qualify for monetization by the end of this week. So 5 months from start to monetization application. That's partly because I already have an existing audience. That was helpful. That one is specifically how to use a specific type of software for Keller Williams real estate agents. So I even took the real estate niche and went smaller by now focusing on Keller Williams agents. Now the first one is still going, but I started the second one that has, it's a lane. It's one lane right here. We're working on this technology at Keller Williams. So that's a very specific audience, okay? And that helps me build a tribe and an audience because it's so specifically niche oriented. Now, my keto website and YouTube channel and Pinterest account and Instagram account are also a very specific niche focused foodie type of blog. Now, you can just make recipes, but you're going to be competing with everybody out there that makes recipes. So because I was able to bring a very specific spin on it, low carb, high fat, keto, it's much easier to gain traction. Now, you could even go smaller than that. You could do Instant Pot keto. You could do gluten-free keto or vegetarian keto, or nothing but fat bombs, 365 days of keto fat bombs or whatever. You could even go smaller if you're finding it to be more competitive. The key is going small, laser targeting, so that you have less competition, but still enough people to run a business by. I'll share with you that I don't obsess with YouTube numbers. Although I am an analytics person and I do study my numbers so that I know how to make decisions, I don't get caught up in the, oh my gosh, only 100 people watched my video. Oh no, I only have 1,000 subscribers. Or oh, this, that. It doesn't matter, because I make money off of all of those things. And for me, I don't need to be the number one person in a particular space. But the smaller I go, the better chances I have of capturing a larger percentage of the smaller audience, rather than trying to be a small fish in a big pond, right? I'm able to move up higher, focusing on just those. And that's enough for me, mainly because I monetize in so many different directions. So if I was just a YouTuber, it would be insanity to try to just make money as a YouTuber. I would have such a hard time, I think, with the competition. You really gotta know your lighting and your audio and your sounds and your topics and your all those kind of things. And I just don't want to overthink all of that, or I end up not doing anything at all. So one revenue stream is the YouTube channels. Another revenue stream is the written blog. Another revenue stream in there is the affiliate income, which I mentioned. Revenue stream is spinning business off to my brothers when I have a 10% interest in their company. And so that's another way. I also have a real estate business. So if I'm generating interest for my real estate team, I'm making money that way. So I also speak live. I have courses at ballenacademy.com. So when I say monetize, I'm making money in a bunch of different directions, okay? Which leads me to number 4. You can make a lot of money blogging. And that's another thing that you will hear people say is that you can't really make money anymore in this decade blogging, and that's simply not true. But I will tell you that it's very challenging to make a lot of money quickly. I think you have to really figure out what your lane is, where are you going to go, and what channels you're going to work with, okay? So if you are going to be a food blogger, right, you're probably going to be on some social media channel. Maybe you're doing TikTok. I love the little snippets of videos on TikTok now with recipes and whatnot. Good chance you're on Instagram. Possibly you're on Facebook. So you're going to probably have a social channel that you use a lot. And then you're probably going to be doing written recipes on some sort of a website. And you're going to be on Pinterest. Those 3 things tie in really well together. So all of those things, though, have their own algorithms. And it takes a while to get blogging, which is number 5 on my list. That blogging grows over time. Too many people today are in an instant gratification world, and they want to get rich quick, and they don't put in the time, and many times they quit 5 minutes before the miracle happens, which is really sad. So I'll give you a couple examples here. My Ballen Blogger, which is this YouTube channel and the website, I started early 2020, which when I'm making this video, I'm still in 2020. So that I turned my first affiliate sale, I'm going to say within the first 60 days, but really only because I already had a captive audience that I was able to push out this new stuff to, and that was incredibly helpful to get that sale. The search engines really started picking me up in month 4. And I was putting out really good articles on an almost daily basis. So I'm going to say I had about 100 articles, long form, 1,000 words or more. And Google really started pushing it all up about month 4. Now it's just growing like crazy and starting to stack. So now I'm starting to put a little bit of ads on there. I'm starting to focus a little bit more on what products I want to push on those pages. My brothers build websites, ballenbrands.com. ballenbrands.com. So they build websites. So on any of the blogs that I'm doing that are about WordPress or that are about blogging in general, I might be pushing services to them. I also have relationships with other WordPress do-it-yourself hosting and themes that I teach, and so I might push those. So what I do is I watch my blog, which I have here in front of me. I watch my blog to see which pages are starting to get a bunch of traffic, or which videos are starting to get a bunch of traffic, or which pins are starting to get a bunch of traffic. And then I look at what I have being promoted. Is that page or that video going to be primarily for ads and I'm not worried about the other things? Or am I trying to sell one of my own digital products or coaching or consulting? Or am I just wanting to do the affiliate income? So I will look at each one individually and differently and see how people are responding. So one example of this, both number 4 and number 5, making money and blogging growing over time, is last year in 2019, early 2019, I wrote a blog comparing Teachable, the course platform, to Thinkific, the course platform. And the reason why is because I always blog or write about things that I'm actually doing. And I'm a teacher by nature, so comparing different platforms that I've been on is quite naturally for me. So I made the video, did the blog, did the pin, kind of moved on from there. And it took probably about a year before that blog really started getting recognized on the search engines. And I wasn't paying for ads. I don't pay for a lot of ads. Most of my stuff is organically earned in. I do a little bit now with Pinterest because it's so cheap, and especially for my keto stuff. But anyway, I wrote that blog. It took about a year to really start getting traction, and then all of a sudden I was getting affiliate income every month from people signing up either for Teachable or Thinkific. And now this year I've added several other comparisons to that as well, figuring, okay, let's cover the gamut on courses and see how high I can rank on the search engines for course platforms, because that's obviously a good affiliate for me because that keeps coming in. I've got I've got some affiliates I'm making thousands of dollars a month. I've got others I'm making hundreds of dollars a month. I've got others that I'm just making $10 here, $5 here, 15 here, and I play with them all. And then when something starts going really well, then I really press the gas pedal on that topic, or because I say, okay, there's some affiliate money in here, let me go see what I can do. Or if I notice something's doing really well with ads, Google ads or YouTube ads, that video is doing really well with monetization, so let me make more videos like that one. But guys, this takes time. You have to trust me on that. And it's not just time like let me create 12 videos or post 12 times, or write 12 articles, or do pins for 12 days, and then walk away. You have to show up and show up and show up and show up and do the work. I heard an interview yesterday on a podcast from my friend Ben Kinney. Win, Make, Give is the name of the podcast. And they interviewed Chad Hymas, who is a paraplegic now after a very traumatic accident a couple decades ago, and now he does all these incredible things, and he's a speaker, and he said the most profound thing, and I'm not going to quote exactly, but basically he was saying, it's not these monumental moves that we make in our life that create the largest success. It's the small things that we do day in and day out continuously that help us reach those goals. I always say chop wood, carry water. That's an old phrase. And you're basically just saying, do the work, do the work, do the work, do the work. Don't give up 5 minutes before the miracle happens. And if you know before you start blogging that it's going to take this kind of work, then you can figure out what your commitment level is. Do you have the time? Do you have the resources? Do you have the money? Make sure that niche is small. Find something small. Don't just pick dogs or cats or being a mom or general finance, or you've got to find something inside of there that is really profound. What makes you different? What makes you stand out? Or what niche inside there can you focus on that's small enough that you can talk to a very specific audience and break through the noise of all the competition in the world and actually gain some traction? And then commit. Commit. How many days a week are you willing to do this? How much are you going to, how much time when you sit down and work on it can you give? How much can you invest on equipment if you need any? I mean, this stuff's all so easy and cheap nowadays. It really doesn't take much to get started. I'm going to say what you need more than anything in this to be successful in this is patience and discipline. Patience and discipline. You can learn all the how-tos watching videos like mine and all the other people. Like I said, I've got a course on all of this, ballenacademy.com. Without discipline, without patience, you're not going to stay with it long enough to see the results. So you've got to really be committed.